Hey everyone, it's me, your favorite Sparkle Girl, aka Kim Sparkle. So today, obviously by the title on this video, that today we are going to do a Q&A, like asking me questions and are able to answer to the questions that you're gonna ask me. So, please be understanding. I will only answer to the questions that I only understand or that they are more appropriate to answer. Okay, so thank you very much. And if you got any inappropriate, then please keep it to yourself, please. Thank you. So so let's get started anyway. So I have a question saying, how am I? And I actually perfectly fine today. So thank you for asking, for checking on me. So yeah, and I hope you're okay too. So yeah, just keep on going and asking questions, guys, but one at a time now, because I won't be able to answer to all of them all at the same time. Okay, thank you. Okay. So just take your time to ask me any questions you want or whatever. So it's clearly up to you. So don't rush yourself. Just take your time. No rush. So while I wait, I'll just keep on talking. So yeah. Okay, so there's another question and it says, who has seen Disney Kiff? Well, I don't really know what that is, so sorry. So yeah. And if those of you who have seen it, it's fine, but for me, no, sorry. So yeah. Okay, so like I said, just gonna keep on talking while I wait for your questions to ask me. Um let's just say I just don't know. Okay. Okay, there's a good question here saying, what are my opinions on Walt Disney World's monorails? I don't think I ever seen that, sorry. Because obviously, because since I'm from United Kingdom, I don't really know much about Disney World, if I have to be really honest, because I've never been there. So I don't really have an opinion or anything. But if I ever did, I don't know, obviously. Well, but don't get me wrong. I mean, don't blame me for, but that's just things works really. And there's another question saying, what is my favorite holiday? Ooh, well, you have to be really honest. I kindly prefer some holidays like Christmas or summer holidays, like going somewhere for a holiday and such. So yeah. And I also sometimes like Easter, you know, like chickens and bunnies. Oh, this chocolate yummy eggs. It's not. Oh yeah, and speaking about Easter, it's not long until Easter because it's coming out sometimes. I think it's next Friday coming. So yeah, not this Friday, but the other Friday for next week. If you get what I mean. So yeah. And Christmas, well, I just really like Christmas really because we'll get to have fun with family and friends and be together and open presents. Ooh, and but everything about Christmas is not always just about giving presents. It's about giving love and appreciation to those that you care a lot and who you live with or who you love. Something like that. So that's the whole point, really. And that's what Christmas is really all about. Love. Deck the whole house in hollies, fa la la la. Something like that. I know. It's way too early for singing Christmas, but I'm just using for example. And of course, I do like celebrating Christmas. And also, I do like eating roast dinner. Yeah. Well, I know not many people like roast dinner, and it should be fine with them. But for me, I just love the yummy chicken, the mash, the veg. Ooh, and even the gravy to go with it to make it all yummy. Yum, 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 yum. I hope I'm not making you guys too hungry. Sorry if I make you guys feel that way. And speak about roast dinner, I'm definitely going to eat that on Easter Day with my family. I mean, come on, I love roast dinner. I mean, seriously, I just love the chicken. Yeah, it just depends on what chicken it is. It's either just chicken, or it can be turkey, or it can be beef. Yeah, tell me about it. But I just prefer chicken, really. Gimme. Yeah. Okay. If anyone else likes to ask me any questions at all, be free to do so to get to know me a bit more. Okay. Okay, there's another question saying about what is my opinion on Cinder Race. I never really heard of it. Sorry, so I don't have an opinion on it. So sorry. Okay. Um, and some of you may already know that I'm actually British because I may not sound like I am, but it's complicated to explain. But I am really. So sometimes we just gotta take your time.
That's going about soon, okay? So,
Oh, sorry about that. Okay, sorry. Um, let's just say it's like I said, it's complicated to explain about how I sounded like in recording compared to what I sound like in real life. So yeah, like I said, it's difficult to explain, difficult, complicated. Yeah. Mhm. And yes, and I did mention that I am from United Kingdom, so that's the reason why I mentioned the word British. So yeah. Mhm. And I do get people seem to think that I sounded like American anyway, but nah, that's totally fine with them. But still, still the fact that I'm British, so that's the whole point. Oh boy. Okay. Mm-hmm. And let's just say there's loads of things that I do like. Most of them are from parts of the United Kingdom anyway, but there are some things I also like from the United States. Okay, so things that I like from the UK, well, there's some TV shows that I do personally watch growing up in my own country. Like some of the shows that I used to watch on Cyberbee's channel. Yeah, some of you may not know what Cyberbee is, but if you really want to know, you can always find my other live video or about Cyberbees if you're interested. So yes. And I also like watching Castle Tea. And well, I know some people prefer Holby City. I have seen it before, but on YouTube though, like clips and that. But if I have to be really honest, I would say I prefer and stick with Calty because I grew up with it the most compared to Holby City. And yet, the very first episode from Calty that I have watched was the episode when I think, if I'm not mistaken, it was from series 27, episode 18, because I remember clearly that some of you guys from the United Kingdom may recognize Daniel Anthony, who we all may know as Clyde Langer from Sarah Jane Adventures. Well, he's in Casualty a long time ago, and I remember this peculiar episode, the one I just told you about just then, about well, he's in it, so that's his first episode to appear. So I still can't believe I recognize him just then. I mean, seriously. I was only a kid. I'm not that stupid. Okay. Okay. And there's another question saying about who likes French fries, but also known as chips. Ooh, I love chips. Yeah, I say chips most of the time, really, because I'm more British, like I said. I know it's difficult, but we just gotta get used to it. hmm Like, if you think about it, I know those from the United States say chips rather than saying crisps, but we say crisps, really, because that's just the way things are and how they're all made. Yes. We all learn every day, so. hmm But we do say fries when we go to McDonald's, though. Yeah, of course we do. Or KFC. Oh, I just love McDonald's and KFC. Burger King is okay, if I have to be really honest, but I prefer McDonald's and KFC mostly. But I also love the Chippy because they have the best food like fish and chips or sausages and chips or just chips on its own with salt and vinegar on them. Oh, yummy. Mm-mm. I always have salt and vinegar on my food when it comes to Chippy because it's just so tasty. Mm-mm. And speak about food, I do like chocolate cupcakes. Like, it just depends on which ones. And if I have to be really honest, I don't really like the white chocolate. If I have to be really honest, I did try it before, but mm, not for my taste. Uh-uh. Okay. 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 There's another question saying about what's my opinion on open season. Never heard of it. Sorry, so I don't have an opinion. Okay. And there's another one that's saying he adores red pandas. Speaking about red pandas, have you guys seen this film called Red? You know, a Disney film. I've seen it before. Well, I've seen it like twice actually on Disney Plus. If I have to be really honest, it's quite good. Believe me, it's really awesome. I know not many people can be a fan of it, but it's okay. But for me, I just kind of like it. Don't love it, but I do like it. There's a difference between like and love anyway. Oh boy, yes. And the story, well, can I just be honest? At first, I was like confused and everything, but I'm starting to get like, trying to be more understanding sometimes later of the film, something like that. So yeah. So anyway, that's just the way things are, when it comes to having a different opinion compared to the others. hmm Sorry. Okay. Um, and speaking about Disney, I love Disney ever since I was a little baby. Yeah, I was only a little baby. Well, not technically as a baby, but maybe around my early age, like 5 or 6 or so, something like that. That's how I remembered anyway. And yet, I think I did mention this sometimes before, but I don't know if anyone was able to remember this anyway. But it's okay if some of you may do or not. But I did remember that I mentioned it about that I used to have Winnie the Pooh as my bedroom wallpaper and toy stuff and that. And even that thingy spinning round mobile, like those thingies that spins around when you're in your own crib and you're like, ooh, aga, ooh, ooh. So like that. Sorry, it's just an impression. And speaking about impressions, I love voice acting. Yes, I'm not really much a fan of the acting, as in when you have to do it like in person. But I prefer voicing more, if I have to be really honest, because I sometimes just feel I don't feel comfortable with people might recognize my face sometimes because it's just it would be totally embarrassed if that ever happens one day. It would be totally embarrassed. But I did say it before that I do like I do like to have a little attention sometimes, but not always. I just like to have a simple life. Yeah, just a normal life as a normal regular young lady well, a young girl. Yes, whatever. But yeah, I mean, can you blame me for feeling that way? I bet you don't. So yeah, okay, and yes, like I said about voice acting, I just love it. I mean, I think some of you may able to remember that I did kind of doing this Mickey Mouse voice, something like that, sometimes before, and I bet you guys actually really enjoyed it. And even my own Minnie Mouse voice. I mean, come on, I'm really good, but I'm not gonna brag about it. Okay, and I also like, well, love drawing. Yep, I just love drawing. Uh-huh. And yes, not always just drawing now, but I also like to try to do some crafting, like arts and crafts. Yeah, well, it's hard to explain for me sometimes. I do got sort of like mixed feelings sometimes when it comes to arts and crafts. Let's just say I'm more into drawing most of the time though, if you get what I mean. And yes, I do draw on the actual piece of paper, but I also sometimes draw on the paint sort of thing on my computer. Yeah, and that's how you all see my drawings of my character, Kaylin Sparkle. And you can see her right now in that circle thingy shape in the middle of the video. Yep, so that's her, alright. Caitlin Sparkle. Well, technically me, but I kind of did say if Caitlin Sparkle is still the same person as me, but a different character if you get the picture, because I learned this that sometimes when it comes to having a character based after you, they don't have to be the same character as you. They can be different sometimes too. It just depends on the situation. If you get the picture, so yes. Mm-hmm. And yes, I always feel like I want my Ken Sparkle character to become real sometimes too. Even though I am already real, because I'm actually right here talking to you now. So here's me. Mm-hmm. Oh, I think Caitlin Sparkle needs to ask me something. Hang on a second. What is it, Caitlin Sparkle? Okay, so Kayla Sparkle asked me, well, she wants me to ask you, well, okay, this is totally embarrassing. She wants to know whether you guys ever like to meet her one day in the cartoon version. Okay, now that's a good question, Kayla Sparkle. Yeah, totally. Okay. Take your time to answer. So yes, okay. And I also did mention that I have, well, autism. I know it can be personal sometimes, but but I just still like to share it anyway. Uh-huh. I was diagnosed it. Well, sorry, I was diagnosed with it since at the age of 8. Uh-huh. Okay, so there's another question, and it said, "What is my favorite song?" Wow, good question. Well, if I have to be really honest, there's so many good, catchy songs I do like. But recently, I've been listening to some few songs by One Direction, and I remember them from the Dumping Grounds TV show. Yes, so I'm starting to like some of the songs I recognized, like it, Story of My Life. Yep, I like that song recently, and I never stopped listening to it like non-stop. Woohoo! But for my most favorite song of all time, if it comes to Disney, it will be "Part of Your World" from The Little Mermaid. But when it comes to by a celebrity, well, a singer, if you get what I mean, I would say "Firework" by Katy Perry. Yeah, boom, boom, boom. Yeah, you get the boom. Mm-hmm. Okay, so hang on. Okay, sorry, trying to get comfortable. Okay, so and in case if someone gonna ask me what's my favorite color, well, my favorite color, well, is obviously some of you may find it obviously anyway, and it's actually pink. Yes, I love pink. Ever since I was a little girl, so yeah, no can you blame me for that point. I always been obsessed with it ever since then. Yeah, like non-stop. And luckily, since I started to wear glasses more often because I keep getting headaches for a couple of last weeks ago, from last month, something like that, I got my well, I do got pink glasses, but I also got a pink, sparkly glasses case. Sorry, that was my case. Sorry if I got you right there. Okay. Okay, and wow. And I do got loads of favorite characters too, like Ariel from The Little Mermaid, and Marinette, um, aka Ladybug from Miraculous Ladybug, and I also like Twice Sparkle from My Little Pony. Well, or sometimes from Equestria Girls, it just depends. And when it comes to the Powerpuff Girls, some of you may think it's Blossom, but correctly, it's Bubbles, because she's cute and I just let's just say she's the main reason why I'm starting to like the color blue for a reason. Mm-hmm. And yes, Bubbles. Oh, she's the one who inspired me to draw a lot. So can you blame me for this point? Because Bubbles do draw. Yes, she draws everything. Oh yeah, I also like Angel from Lilo and Stitch. And speak about Lilo and Stitch, I also like Lilo and Stitch as a character too, as I like them as a franchise. You get what I mean. Yes. And I also like Rapunzel from Tangled. Oh, there's so many. If I had to be really honest, I always been a huge fan of the Disney princesses. All of them, of course. But Ariel is my most favorite every time. And you can't possibly blame me for keep mentioning, the Little Mermaids, Ariel, whatever. But well, you just gotta get used to it because it's just my favorite thing. Uh-huh. Um. Oh yeah, I also seem to like like reading magazines. I always been collecting magazine all the time growing up. I used to collect all the My Little Pony and Equestria Girls magazines, but since the show has been cancelled, they stopped doing the G4 version of the magazines of them. But yes, and if I'm really honest, I'm starting to collect Miraculous Ladybug magazines in nowadays since I'm more into Miraculous very often in nowadays. So yeah, but I still love My Little Pony no matter what. But I remember my sister Sean told me that she barely heard me singing the My Little Pony theme song um, in nowadays. But just because I hardly been singing to that song, it doesn't mean I'm stopped watching the show or whatever. I still love it. I mean, I always go back to watch the episodes again, the G4, I mean. And if I had to be really honest, the G5, well, it's alright in its own way, but I just prefer and always stick with the G4. I've been a huge fan of the G4 of My Little Pony ever since 2014, actually, because I remember correctly. Let's just say, after I've been a fan of Alan Chipmunks, I'm starting to grow more into My Little Pony after that since then. And I was still in high school at the time, but I was only like in my teenage. And yes, I was only about like 13 at the time when I got myself introduced to the Equestria Girls. Sometimes few days before I discovered My Little Pony, if I have to be really honest. But I still love Alvin the Chipmunks because I've been a huge fan of the Chipmunks, well, the Gepettes basically, since 2009. In when the Squeakquel came out, the second film of what. So yeah, and from like I said about Equestria Girls, and basically in 2014 when the Rainbow Rocks movie was a new movie at the time. Well, the new movie because it was the new movie a long time ago, but it's not new anymore because it's been years now. So yes, you get what I mean anyway. So yes, so that's how I got myself introduced to Equestria Girls and My Little Pony in the first place. Because I was in high school, I saw Equestria Girls Rainbow Rocks on this Hasbro thingy website on those schools' computers, something like that. Because let's just say I remember each all of the students used to have these like computers, not like the actual computers, but like a laptop sort of thing, like that goes on your lap, if you get what I mean. Um, let's just say we only use them when it comes to doing schoolwork, but we do sometimes have free time to go on these computers. But sadly, since I'm not in school anymore, but yeah, uh, and yes, So I might as well have to get move on now, guys. So we can always do a part three of Q&A sometimes, maybe not tomorrow. I don't know, but it's up to me really. So I'll leave you guys to it, and if you wanted to ask me any more questions for another time, make sure you like write them down or something in case you might forget. So it's okay if you might able to remember it in any time, just just for the remind. So don't wash yourself, okay? So no pressure or anything. So I'll leave you guys to it, boys and girls. So I hope you have a nice day and have a lovely night. And and I'm glad to have you guys as my friends online. So I'll see you guys tomorrow or something. So yeah. So bye.